of each and every SEC game from Biscuits and SEC. I'm here with the Hammer and the Boss Man, and we're going to go through each game, and we're going to give you a nice bite-sized morsel that you go into the weekend with. Boss Man, can you tell people how to read your stuff over at Biscuits and SEC?
Yeah, absolutely. So folks can follow along with us at biscuitsandsec.com. We post blogs up there. As Steven mentioned, you can check out our previews, our recaps of the games. We do those every single week. You can also sign up for our newsletter there, the Morning Biscuits newsletter. That comes to you Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in your inbox. It's free, just quick hitters of the news around the SEC. And then you can follow us on social media at Biscuits and SEC on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and also on YouTube.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff, and it's a nice little respite from the normal news that you get around the SEC during the week, so it's good stuff. Anyway, let's start off with Vanderbilt at Kentucky at the big grocery bag. Kentucky's back ranked 24th in the country. It's an 11 a.m. game on the SEC Network Central. Kentucky is an 18-point favorite. Now, common sense would tell me I don't think Kentucky could cover an 18-point line against air at this point. But Vanderbilt can't seem to cover any line that's in front of them. Hammer, what's your take on this game?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same mindset as you. It's hard to pick Kentucky to cover an 18-point spread with how their offense has looked most of the year. Just very inconsistent. Will Levis still fairly turnover prone. The running game has been a lot better since Chris Rodriguez came back about a month ago at this point, but it's still not what I would consider a very, consistent or potent run game. So they're sort of playing, patchwork on offense. They're scoring enough to win because their defense is playing quite well. But I don't know. I picked Vanderbilt to beat South Carolina and get an SEC win last week and looked like a complete fool. So I have zero faith in Vanderbilt to go on the road in an 11 a.m. game and do much of anything. So this one, for diehard SEC fans, it's an interesting game. There's some storylines, but I don't expect it to be that entertaining. Let's put it that way.
Boss man, you look at it, this has got to be a situation against Vanderbilt's defense. Kentucky's going to hand the ball to Chris Rodriguez and just do what they need to do, right?
Yeah, I think so. Look, so we had Vanderbilt. I'm looking at it now. They had South Carolina, whose offense is not very good, as we all know. South Carolina put up 38 on them last week. Georgia put up 55. Ole Miss put up 52. Alabama 55. Even Northern Illinois put up 28 on them. So I know what Vegas is thinking here with that line. And frankly, I think that they're going to be able to cover at home. I think Will Levis, he has had turnover problems all year. Kentucky offense as a whole has really had turnover problems. That offensive line has been porous, but Vanderbilt is not the defense to create turnovers, to get through and get sacks on Will Levis. So I think Kentucky's really going to be able to do most of what they want, and they also have a good defense. So I don't expect Vanderbilt to be able to do much to them on offense.
Hammer, we keep saying this every week. Vandy's going to get somebody. Well, maybe they're not. What's your final thoughts and predictions on this game?
Yeah, they're not going to this year. Not in 2022. That I think that will be delayed until 2023 for Clark Lee to try to get the first SEC win under his belt. Like we just talked about, Vanderbilt they just don't have much. On offense, their running back Ray Davis has actually been carrying the rock pretty well. I just trust Kentucky to kind of stop that. And they've been going back and forth between A.J. Swan, Mike Wright. Neither one of them is playing super great ball. So I don't think they're going to be able to score very much. And as Alex just laid out, their defense has been quite leaky lately. So I like Kentucky to cover here, probably win by 21, 20 points, something like that. I'm thinking, 35-14, somewhere in there.
Boss man, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I like Kentucky in this one. As I laid out at the outset, I think that Will Levis is going to be able to have a good day. They're going to hand the ball off to Chris Rodriguez. I think this Kentucky offense gets going and really kind of gets back on track. I know that they haven't scored much in the past few weeks. hardly scored against Tennessee, and then didn't score too much in their game last week against Mizzou. Did just enough to pull it out. But in this one, I think that they get their offense going. I think Vanderbilt's defense is not good enough to stop them, and I don't think that Vanderbilt's able to get much going on offense. So I think they cover here at home and get a good win.
All right, that is at 11 a.m. Central on the SEC Network. Kentucky, an 18-point favorite. The over-under is at 47.5 points. That's a 90s line. And it should be quite interesting. Tune in for that. We'll see you in about an hour.